All right, so topic number 1 is your multiple alleles assignment. Watch this video, only watch that small amount, and then draw those photos, or draw those donuts. Watch at least one of these. I would watch the first 2. Your Quizlets, you should have already done these, and now you understand multiple alleles a little bit more. We've got pictures and notes, and then your worksheet, and that's what you're turning in. So we're going to scroll down here. These are your pictures. Okay, so blood typing, these are your red blood cells here. And then if you have A antigens on them, you have A blood. If you have B antigens on your blood cells, you have B blood. If you have A's and B's, you have AB blood. And then if you have no antigens, you have O blood. Okay? If you have A blood, you don't want other blood to get inside of you because that's going to cause disease and harm you. So you have these things in your plasma called antibodies. So they are going to be anti-B. So when you have A blood, any B blood gets inside of you, it's going to attack and kill those B blood cells. If you have B blood, you don't want any A blood getting inside of you. So you have anti-A. If you have AB blood, you do not have any antibodies because then an anti-A would kill this red blood cell because it has A's on it. If you have O blood, you want to have anti-A and anti-B antibodies floating around to kill any of those blood cells, extra blood cells. Okay, so your genotype then, if you can get an A, a B, or I like to have a little o, and that was what your worksheet will be. So if you got a big A from your mom, big A from your dad, you have A blood. Big A, little o gets dominated, same exact A blood. Big B, B blood. Big B, little o dominates the little o, B blood. Big A from your mom, big B from your dad, you have AB blood. The only way you can get O blood is if you got a little o, little o. All right. This is a picture. So when you're dealing with blood, this is a centrifuge, and you're going to put the vial of blood in there, and then it's going to spin it around. And this is before all mixed up. And then this is the heavy stuff floating to the bottom, and then the lighter stuff floating to the top. And it's going to divide out like this. So your red blood cells right here are going to be at the bottom, and the plasma with the antibodies is going to be on top. And then in the middle are your white blood cells and platelets. So when you are donating your blood, one of your questions is universal donor and universal acceptors. Only the red blood cells are given to the person. So that plasma with the antibodies is not given, just the red blood cells. All right, so here, this is a cool one I found. Normal blood has that amount. Anemia has that amount of blood cells, red blood cells, and then, I don't even know what that is, has too many red blood cells per plasma. Okay, so these are your notes. This is the final part of the notes from last week. So you're going to fill in that table, and then you're going to do this little cross right here. And then here's the table you're filling in. Here's the cross you're filling in. Okay, here's your worksheet. If the dad has this blood, if the mom has this blood, could it be the child? You're working all those problems here. Fill this in without using your notes, without looking at it. See if you can do it. And then universal donor, universal acceptor, more problems, and a pedigree. Okay, that was all part 1, multiple alleles. Now part 2, dihybrid cross. You must watch this video to understand what you are doing, unless you're learning it from this Zoom or if you're a unicorn. Here's the video, and then you have a worksheet. These are images from the video that I'm going to go over right now. So you've got this letter here, sorry, the dad here and the mom here. Before, we have only ever taken like the H's crossed with the H's. Now, or the S's crossed with the S's. Now we're taking all 4 of them together. And then it's going to look like this right here. Okay, so first step in doing that, you've got to get your letters on the top here. So you have to go first, outside, inside, last. So your first H, first S. outside H, outside S, inside H, inside S, the red ones, last outside, sorry, last H, last S. Here are your letters. FOIL, F-O-I-L, FOIL method. So you take those letters right there, and those are going to go across the top right here. Okay, and then you could give it a shot for these letters here, and then they would go right here. Okay, what you're going to end up with is these letters and these letters. You're going to do the exact same thing, bringing your H's and your S's together. And this has 4 letters. So we're back up to our normal 4 letters right here. Okay, so every box has 4 letters. Let me put that into perspective for you. So when we had our sperm cells and our egg cells, you want half the DNA from the dad, half the DNA from the mom to go back together. So you need 1 H and 1 S from dad, 1 H, 1 S from mom. So when you're getting these letters here, you want 1 H, 1 S from mom, 1 H, 1 S from dad, 4 total letters right here. Okay, after that, so Amoeba Sisters had this little, the H's, which we didn't even quite talk about at the beginning, means hairy, hairy, hairless, hairless. S, big S, means they love sinks, hate sinks, love sinks, little s, hate sink. So right here, they color coded it. So big H, big S, 25%. Big H, little s, 25. Little s, big H, 25. And then little, 25. All right, so you're gonna do your own, this is the worksheet over it here. And then you're gonna do your own big dihybrid cross here. Bam. Fill in these. And then, this is the answer, don't peek, but I wanna give you a visual. So you've got round and wrinkled, and you've got yellow and green. And that's what you've got going on here. Okay, hardest question is gonna be this right here. In the cross, how many alleles does the kitten get from their mom? How many letters are they getting from their mom? 2. How many are they getting from their dad? 2. All right, so to recap that, this is your worksheet. This is the bottom page of the worksheet. This is the top page of the worksheet. That's all you're turning in. And then let's go find our other worksheet. We've got this worksheet here. 1 page, 2 page. So 4 total pages of worksheet. And that's what you got. Let me know if you have any questions.